Howdy, everybody. This is Bake with IronThroneCraft.com, and today we're going to be reviewing our latest Kingdom invasion. This time we went with Kingdom 4, and we're going to see if I can make it out of Kingdom 4 without getting obliterated like I did last time. So the way you get there is you go to your items, and you go down, and you find your Invasion Teleport that was gifted to you by the King of the Kingdom after they locked the capital. You press the kingdom you want, hit the button, and it teleports you somewhere randomly in the kingdom. You cannot use the world map to do that. You have to use that item. A lot of people have that issue the first time they invade is they say it's not working, it's not working, it's not working. It's because they're not using the item they're trying to click in the world map. Now, if you notice these kingdom invasion notices, you see that one popped up and said Melika has invaded the kingdom. What that is every time a new person invades a kingdom, the entire kingdom gets one of those notifications. Just like Infernal Breath or Dragon's Blessing, or if somebody pops an enormous shield, every single person gets their coordinates as soon as you invade. Whenever you teleport, that gets changed. They no longer have your location, but they can use their map, spend 5,000 gold, and get your location at any given time. So you have to know that everybody in that kingdom knows where you are when you invade. So what you see me doing here is I've found a target, and now I'm going in and I'm equipping my Archer Aura on my Archer Hero, and I'm equipping my Dark Lord accessory. Only one of them, that way I still get the Immortal bonus on my Destroyer set. But I always want to run that Dark Lord accessory if I don't have a scout on the target. This just ensures that if they do have tier 1, then I am getting that extra bonus damage. See up in the top left, these announcements always crack me up whenever we're invading another kingdom, because everybody's so excited to see invaders actually come. Kingdom 4 is actually merging with Kingdom 1 at the moment, and that's what that guy was talking about, saying they have bigger problems coming. So you saw Come to Get You invaded, got another big kingdom pop up, and at this point I just waited for him to fill and launched it. So let's see. Number 1, if he burns, which he does, he explodes. And number 2, let's go see how hard we hit him for. And we hit him pretty good, 50 million, tier 4 rally. And so I'm scrolling down, I'm checking his boosts as I scroll by, and I'm also going to go and look at what I killed, what he's holding. I want to see what his spread on troops is after this. I saw that he's still got a lot of infantry, but then I also saw that now he's shielded. So, on to the next immediately. This guy ported in and started scouting and attacking and everything else like that, and obviously, us being the invaders, we solo the hell out of him as soon as he lands. But he's pretty tough. He only had a few losses there. He's got 10 million tier 1 infantry, like I said, so he's got infantry as his guard captain. I got lucky that I hit him with range. You saw Dizzle hit him with cav, and he got capped. So, because he took that hit so well, and he wants to get hit so bad, I'm not going to give him what he wants. I'm not going to keep soloing. So I set a rally. Tier 4 rally should blow this guy up, and he's going to do what is actually the most annoying thing that you can do to a rally leader, which is he's going to sit here and act like he's going to take this rally. So you see I get excited, I start speeding the marches in, attack now. As soon as I launch, he shields. Surprise, surprise. Most targets want to take a solo from some accounts. They're okay with my account. They're not necessarily okay with taking an account from Southboy or Yeshua or Mobius or one of those people. But for me, a lot of people will take a solo. A little different when you start talking rally. So I went over and I scouted this 2.8 build that Odysseus has been linking over and over again, saying, Bake, go to this one, Bake, go to this one. He is absolutely the best scout in the game, and it is not fun to invade kingdoms if guys like Odie aren't on. Having people like him to link us targets and just have us set up to go, ready to go, port over to the next one without having to sit there and scan and wait and everything else. And that's what he's doing. He's doing it for us, and he's assisting the team just as much as anybody else. So you see, as soon as we ported on this guy, Come to Get You soloed him, blew him up. He shielded as soon as I set a rally. And now Dizzle's on fire too. But we're on call at this point. Dizzle's not really concerned about being on fire. He didn't get that hard, so it didn't really concern me. What did concern me was all those little red lines, but it was Chaotic Stronghold. So now they link Seeker's coordinates in Alliance chat. He's 10 billion. Port over, scout him, decide if I'm going to poke the 10 billion bear. I should probably fully equip my guard captain, so I put my accessory back on there. And now Odie is linking a new target. Don't really feel like hitting the 10 bill, so I go check that one. That's the one that was zeroed. And I get a little bit bored, so I go into my city, I loot a boat, and decide maybe if I'm invading a kingdom, I should continue trying to kill things. Odie finds another target, like he does, port over to him, set a rally, forget that my accessory is not equipped, so cancel the rally, set another rally, and now you see Lord Nightmare is invaded. He is going to come join us and start filling, and we're going to start getting some full rallies. Melika solo burned this guy as I was setting the rally, but I prefer to rally in invasions just because it gets the team involved. Everybody gets to play, especially with the new events and the new rewards, which are really good actually for kill counts if you're the invaders. Want to make sure everybody gets kills, not just the big guys that can only solo. And also, it causes me to lose a lot less troops, which helps a whole lot. So I hit him, he catches on fire, check the report. See, I only killed 7 million, not sure why. Scroll down, see his gear there, he's got 900 archer attack and 300 archer defense. So at this point I figure that he is wearing archer gear, and he's probably stacked archers, which is why I didn't hit him as hard. He caps one of our solos, and because of that archer gear and his troop count, now I'm going to swap to a cav hero. So I equip my aura, set my tier 4 troops, because they're easier to replace than tier 5, and go ahead and wait on the next rally. Now these rallies are going to be full, so they're going to hit a lot harder. And you see that I'm not using that accessory on my cav hero because I killed all of his tier 1 on that first hit, which is what I was actually going to check right there to make sure I shouldn't be using that accessory. So I go and I look in Kingdom chat, and everybody is just yelling about the fact that they're invaders, and that we're weak, and that we're rallying. But it's what's fun. So I'm going to go ahead and launch this rally here. You see now the other kingdom is starting to pour in around us. Rally's full, instant launch it, speed it, and let's see how this one went now that I'm sending the right troop type. This time I did 75 million damage, killed 10 million tier 3 archers, entirely wiped out his tier 3 lair. So you can see how big of a deal troop leverage is. Troop leverage is massive when it comes to how hard you hit. You should always be checking those reports. You should always be looking at what you're hitting into. If you see a guy that has a gajillion archers and only a few infantry and only a few cav, you need to be sending cav at that, even if he's wearing archer gear. Leverage is that strong. You'll see that very commonly with targets that have an entire tier of troops that are all infantry, and they've got their guard captain wearing conqueror gear. You see that, and you see all that infantry health and defense, and you feel like you should send something else, but no, you still have to send archers. Leverage is that strong. And you see as I send this rally, all my boosts fall, which means that this rally hit way less hard than my first rally did. Big reason for that is because my troop defense debuff dropped. So that means that he had an extra 100 defense from my first hit, and now I'm hitting it to tier 4 as well. So I really need to make sure that I'm minimizing that defense as much as possible, because tier 4 have so much more defense than tier 3. Also at this point, other accounts reporting in, they're wanting me to hit them, they're wanting us to hit them, and general rule of thumb, if somebody's trying really hard to get you to hit them, don't hit them, especially with solos. Sometimes you can if you feel like they're not ready, but for the most part, I will usually rally somebody that is begging me to hit them. And now if you look very closely down in the bottom left, you'll see what I didn't see. Seeker is there. That's the 10 billion that I ported onto earlier and scouted. Didn't realize he was online and hitting things, but my fillers sure did here in just a second. You see, this guy actually takes a rally from me, gets roasted, and so I speed my stuff back now. You see the Lord Nightmare catch on fire, but he said it was that guy next to him that hit him. It wasn't Seeker at that point. And if you look here, you see how much harder I hit this guy than the previous time, purely because of that 100% defense debuff there. I killed a whole lot more tier 4, and now I'm excited about actually finishing him off and hitting him several more times now that we're hitting for a decent amount of tier 4, especially since we're only sending tier 4. We're not sending tier 5. See, Seeker ports in there up at the top. Lord Nightmare caught on fire a second ago and got the hell out of dodge, and that tells me that it is time to be a lot more careful about these rallies. You see him solo come to get you there, and at this exact moment, come to get you was actually laughing on the call, saying, I don't have any troops for him to kill. It's okay, I'm already zeroed. He zeroed himself rallying these guys, and what he was doing is he was actually building troops to send to each rally at fill. Which might sound crazy to most people, but if you knew come to get you, you would understand it. The guy's a nutbag, but he's our lovable nutbag, so I guess we'll keep him. So at this point, I'm being a lot more careful with my rallies, and I'm making sure that my heroes are set up correctly, because now the tin bill is active, and I've lost most of my fillers as well. But this dude was burning really hard, so I'm going to continue setting rallies on him. I add some tier 5 since I've only got a couple fillers now, and you see that finally his Alliance R4s wake up and pop that enormous shield. So I send a scout at Seeker. I'm just kind of poking the bear again. Now that I know that he's active and he's defending Kingdom 4, I'm scouting around, seeing if I can get any information on anybody. You see Seeker now solos me. So I check my boosts frantically, cap him, lose 0 troops, and the most important part of invading a kingdom, the biggest rule, is that if you cap the biggest guy in that kingdom's hero, you chop him immediately. He cannot suicide. You must chop him immediately. Rule number 1 for invading, make sure you comply with it. So I go look at that defense again, make sure that it's still really good, and coincidentally it is. And I scroll up just to look at Kingdom 4 KC make sure that they all notice that I chopped Seeker's hero as well. Judging by the emoji spam, they did actually notice that. So now at this point, we're just in a standoff. It's a bunch of people that don't want to solo each other. We're debating if we want to rally. I don't have that many fillers left. Come to Get You is going to have to build troops to fill my rally, and we all think Seeker's about to hit Dizzle, but he hasn't yet. So Dizzle doesn't really want to fill at the moment because he wants all of his troops. He'll do it because he's Dizzle, but I'm more looking for solo targets at this point. I'm ready to port out of there and find somebody else. You see Southboy links some coordinates there, which tells you how badly Southboy was thirsting for kills at that point. He'd invaded earlier in the day, so he couldn't come with us on this one. And like the rest of the team, he was in Alliance chat linking chords for us that are invading. It's not just the people that are invading. Even if you're in your home kingdom in a shield, you can partake in the invasion. Find things for us to hit while we're out there. While I'm doing this, Seeker sets a rally on Dizzle. So I cancel my rally, I port back, I'm going to reinforce Dizzle, but what I'm actually looking for here is I want to pop his fillers. He's got 1.5 million troops in the rally, which tells me that he does have people filling. See that blue line there? That's his filler. Track it all the way back to the start. There he is. I'm going to solo him with tier 4 and my dragon and a whole lot of speeds, and I've got him dead to rights. There's nothing he can do. Actually, Melika hit this guy before I did and killed all of his dang troops, so I've only got about 1,000,000 kills, but I got the hero, so that's alright. I go back and I look at Seeker and I see who else is filling his rally. See the guy just north of him there drops his shield, sends some troops in there, but he's 1.5 billion. It's a little bit out of the size that I'm looking to solo while I'm invading. While I'm invading, I'm usually just trying to hit people with tier 4. Whenever I train tier 4 troops, I fully acknowledge that they're going to die. I'm training them just to suicide them into bases and catch them on fire. I acknowledge that they're going to die. I'm fine with it. If they don't, great. And if they do, I don't really care. That's why I train them in the first place. I'm completely fine with it. And that shows you that you don't have to be the biggest guy in the world to take part in these invasion events. You can just play smart, make sure that you're not going to get one-shot zeroed. If there is somebody around that can one-shot zero you, get out of there. Don't even participate. It's not going to be fun if you get zeroed. But you can burn a lot of targets using tier 4 troops. At this point, I'm out of instant rallies. Come to Get You still has some, so he's going to set this rally, and you see that he says tier 4 cav. I fill with tier 4 cav. There's only us two. He's Citadel 28. He's hitting somebody that's Citadel 29. And granted, he's got a lot more research than a lot of Citadel 28s do, but you can see the power of research in this hit because he is 2.5 billion. This guy's 1.5 billion. He rallies him, and he hits him for 4.25 million troops. That guy had 87 million troops when we started, ended up with 82 million. And Come to Get You wrecked him using tier 4 and only one filler. And that shows you that everybody can participate in this. You just have to play carefully, you have to play smart, and you have to be able to get out of there if it's needed. And so now you see that Seekers set a rally on me, and this is what I've been waiting for. Go in, check all my boosts. I'm going to check my guard captain gear, make sure my guard captain's good to go. And this is what we've been doing the math for. I've built the 60 million tier 2 siege. I've done all the testing. I want to see how hard these big accounts can hit me now. He hits me with this Wyvern, and I go to see if it's a 3 million march, and it's right around there. It's about 2.8 million. See what kind of troops he sent at me, and he sent tier 6. You see, tier 6 got all the kills. Tier 4 got no kills. That shows you that I have enough tier 5 troops defending that his tier 4 aren't doing any damage. And that's great information to have. He only killed 9 million of my tier 2 siege, and he had 2100 archer attack. Which means we do have a good bit of work to do, because the big max crowns 2600, 2700, 2800, somewhere in there. The rune change coming up is going to make a big deal with that as well, version 3.0. But overall, this is why we're doing this. We're trying to figure out the best method to take these hits from these massive accounts and protect our base. And we're getting incredibly close to it. And it's very, very soon that we will start capping rallies from these massive people. And then the game's going to get a lot more fun, because we're going to be able to fill rallies, set rallies, get hit by rallies and not get zeroed. It's going to be a good time. So, Kingdom 4, great time. Really appreciate it. You guys are great sports. Good luck in your merge with Kingdom 1. Kingdom 1, have fun with them. Everybody else, come see me in Kingdom 13. Maybe I'll see you in your kingdom next weekend. Check us out, ironthronecraft.com.